how do I collaborate? Is there a skill that I need to learn so that I can collaborate very well? How do I do it? Now look at our wisdom quote from Alexander Dumas the Younger. He says, friendship consists in forgetting what one gives and remembering what one receives. What a powerful quote. So how do I collaborate? Now let's talk about that for a moment. What is the required skill needed to collaborate?
For me, there's this popular quote that said, "Do unto others as you want them to do to you."
Do unto
So
others
if
as you
you
want them to do to
collaborate,
you.
you should have something to offer. Just like Nick said earlier,
Yeah.
like I want to do something, I should possess my own diverse ideas that I'm willing to put on the table so that we can sit down and talk, and all the ideas, my own ideas should be able to be on ground for me to be able to say, okay, this is the purpose. Well, this is my goal. This is my plan. How do I achieve this? To who am I looking up to collaborate with? And how can I make it? Just like you want to collect a contract, you must go through the proposal route. You must write your proposal. You must write, your statement, just like your statement of purpose and all. So I think it begins with us personally. How do I collaborate? Have something to offer. When
Have
you have
something to offer.
to be easier for you to I got to know School of Transformational Leadership on the wings of my wife, and apparently I am more active than my wife that brought me in. So that is the point. She was willing to work. I came into the picture, and so if she does not have anything to offer us at that time, I don't think we'll be where we are now. So
Exactly.
I think we should be able to have something that people will be willing to collaborate with you on. Just like Maiwa said, there are some people that have the resources. You have the idea. It's just like you want to start something now. They will tell you, we will sponsor you, because they don't have the idea, but they have the financial backing. So, and it's a collaboration on its own. You have a business idea, some people have the money. Okay, let's come together. Let's do it 70-30, or let's do it 60-40. Probably everybody reach an agreement. So I think the paramount thing, the G factor too is that everything is God, because God can direct people your way. God can link you to people that really matters, because so many a time, even in the Bible, God will direct someone to, and miracle will happen. So that is my own point, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toby, for those powerful points. Do we have any addition to make before I do our conversation summary? Now, just to add to what Toby said, if we want to collaborate, the way to do it is to have something to offer. You must have something to offer. And the other thing I also want to bring to it to balance things up is that in collaboration, you should be less focused on yourself. In collaboration, you should be what? Less focused on yourself. To collaborate well, you need to focus on others. No doubt you are bringing something to the table, but also acknowledge what others are also bringing to the table. And I think that is what our wisdom quote is emphasizing here. Our wisdom quote says, friendship consists in forgetting what one gives and remembering what one receives. Mayowa also says, making a deep research and planning, having understanding, and then to be valuable. So that is what you need to collaborate. Every of our points are very, very correct. So if you want to collaborate, always stop thinking me, I, and myself. You need to get away from yourself and just for a moment concentrate on what others also has to bring to the table. Always appreciate their input and don't always think that the whole thing or the whole idea is all about you. So you need to focus on others as well. Our conversation summary says to collaborate successfully, you have to be open to ideas of other people. Don't be too cringy. Don't hide inside your cocoon. You need to value what others are bringing to the table and not focus too much on your idea as the alpha and omega in the community. There are some people, it is either they have their idea or nothing else. Even if the idea is not good, they just want people to always run with their own ideas. Even if the idea is going to be to the detriment of the organization, they don't care. So if you want to collaborate and you want to do it well, you have to give room to other people. And here is our leadership mindfulness thought. Don't always remember what you did for other people or for others. Rather, cultivate the habit of remembering what others have done for you. And that is a very good disposition to keep in life. So where do I collaborate? William Shakespeare says in his wisdom quote, one touch of nature makes the whole world kin. Wow, that's a very powerful quote. One touch of nature makes the whole world kin. So where do I need to collaborate? Is it only in the church, like Adenike said? Where do I need to collaborate? Unfortunately, there are some people, their best serve is only in the church. That's where their best serve exists. Outside the church wall, they are not effective. They are not cooperative. So where do I need to collaborate?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yay. Sir, it's not only in church.
Yeah.
It's like I always like to use church as
Yeah. That's fine. That's okay. That's your world. It's also my world. Yeah.
Basically, sir, if you ask me, okay, before I even say this salient point I want to make, let me just say that God, in His infinite mercy, when He created us, He did not put everything in one man.
Mm.
He distributed it.
Yeah.
You take this, you take this,
He
you take this, you take
gifts
this.
to
So
men.
that we need each other.
Yeah.
So that no man will be an island unto himself. So that
Yeah.
we need each other.
Yeah.
So having said this, I'd like to say that for me, I think collaboration should start in the family.
Yeah.
In the family.
In the family.
Because the people that you meet outside are coming from a family.
Exactly.
So if every family have that structure in place, they have already, put that discipline in the children, in the father, in the mother. They've already put that value. I want to call it value in the family. Then coming outside to collaborate becomes a norm. It becomes a naturalism. It becomes the first thing to think about when you want to think of a quiet. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
it should start from the family. Because the family is the starting point of any good thing, any great thing you want to see happening in the society. Everybody's coming from one family. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I have come to appreciate that the most important people in your life are first of all your family. If you can just appreciate that enough, and just allow your family to experience the best part of you, to enjoy the best part of you, and just be a worthy example to them. The rest will be done seamlessly. And that is exactly what Adenike has just emphasized, that we need to do well in. There are some people, they are not doing well in their family, but they want to impress in outside the family. But I begin to wonder, who are you impressing if the people that are closest to you are not even impressed about your life? So we need to focus first on doing well by collaborating in our family, then by extension, taking that to the community to demonstrate what we have already, what our family already know us for. Nifemi says, collaborate in a place of need. Collaborate in a place where you will add value. You know, that is what every one of us should dream of every day. Adding values to people, making people better than the way they were. You know, adding something that will make people better, creating values in people's life. That is where to collaborate. Now, our conversation summary says everything in the universe is a sum total or part of the whole. Just like Adenike said, when God created us, He didn't put everything in one single man. He distributed it all over. He gave gifts to men. So there are some certain gifts you have in you that B doesn't have. There are certain gifts that C has that A and B doesn't have. So when we come together and aggregate our gifts, then we can be a million times better than where we used to be. So everything in the universe is a sum total or part of the whole. Therefore, it is natural to collaborate because everything in the universe is interrelated, interconnected, and interwoven. Any void discovered by you is an opportunity to collaborate with people. And I think that's very powerful. And I think Mayowa also says collaboration can be beneficial in various aspects of your life. It depends on your goals and interests. It could be at work to achieve a project, in a community to support a cause, or with friends and family to create memorable experiences. That's very powerful. So our leadership mindfulness thoughts says to collaborate with anyone, you have to check the legality of the basis of your partnership so that you don't get into wrong collaboration. You must cross-check if you are not violating the law of God or the law of the land. Is your alliance in agreement with universal principle? You see, these are some of the caution. These things are put there so that it can serve as a check to some alliances we may want to go into. Is my alliance with so and so person, is it in agreement with the universal principle or principles? Does it contradict the law of God or does it contradict the law of the land? We need to watch out so that we don't put ourselves into trouble. Now, when do I need to collaborate? When do I need to collaborate? This is the final question we're going to look at, then we close in this for today. When do I need to collaborate? Now, here is our wisdom quote from Edgar Watson Howell. In his wisdom quote, it says, if a friend is in trouble, this quote is very, very funny, but is very true. If a friend is in trouble, don't annoy him by asking if there is anything you can do. Think up something appropriate and do it. Isn't that true? When somebody is in trouble, don't pretend as if you don't know that he's in trouble. Rather than asking him, what is your problem? What can I do for you? You be creative. Think of what you can do and then do it for that person. That is when you need to collaborate. And I think somebody has already said that we need to collaborate when there is need to provide something of value to our society or our community. When do I need to collaborate? Is it when somebody cries and then begins to really beg me that please, when do I need to collaborate? Or do we have to take the initiative and just do what is right?
On my own end, sir, I think from what Mayowa said just now,
Yeah,
when there is a cause for us to collaborate, and we know we have the capacity
yeah,
to collaborate, because you might be willing to collaborate, you might not have the resources, you might not even have how I put it, what is needed. So that's why most times you need to be sure of what you want to go into. That's one. And secondly, if you know you have the capacity to collaborate or probably step in, then I think you need to. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that powerful contribution. Do we have anybody else? If there's ever going to be any reason for you to collaborate, what would that reason be? All right. If we are not coming up with something, now let's think about the wisdom quote for a moment. You see, collaboration is not something you wait for people to call your attention to before you decide to offer it. When you see a real need in the society that requires your talents, that requires your capability, that requires your gifts, you need to offer up yourself for service and be of service. Now, can you imagine your friend is in trouble, is in deep trouble, and you know he's in trouble, and you have the resources to take care of his problem, and now you are still asking, how do you want me to help you? How do you want me to do this? How do you want me to do that? Hey, Edgar Watson is saying, when your friend is in trouble, don't annoy him further by asking, how can you do or what can you do? He said, just think up something appropriate and do it. In other words, collaboration sometimes often required us taking initiative. We have to take initiative and just offer up ourselves for service. Now, our conversation summary says, here is how you will know when you need to collaborate. When you discover that you are stuck in the same spot. This is very true. When you discover you are stuck on the same spot, and when you know that your ability alone cannot take you any further again, what do you do at that point? Do you keep doing it? You need collaboration at that point. When your own capability can't advance your career again, you need to collaborate. And here is our leadership mindfulness thought. Collaboration may again be a simple act of kindness. In most cases, it does not have to be profound to make it sound good. Just a simple act of kindness can serve as a collaboration. So, I want to thank each and every one of you for today's conversation that we've had together. It's been very enriching, though I think some of us are finding it really tough to process some of the ideas, but I'm sure you really enjoyed it, and then you are willing to put it to work. You see, we need to, these two keys we have just talked about today, self-government and collaboration, they are choices you need to make in life to experience a flourishing life. If you want to flourish in this life, you need to be disciplined and you need to learn how to collaborate. So thank you very much. God bless you. Do you have any question? Any question, any suggestion? And then next week we have a blast. We round up this session. Thank you, Mayowa. Mayowa says, I'm blessed today. I finished today's session. So do we have any question? Thank you, Nifemi. I see you. I appreciate you too.